what we do is make sure that all of the learning they do are around problems that they face in their day-to-day work, the issues that their organisations face all the time. And all of the learning that they do focuses on addressing these things. And we know, I mean, there's quite a lot of research out there now that the idea of flipping the classroom, I don't know if you've heard of Salman Khan. He's the founder of the Khan Academy. And I think it was him that coined the term flipped classroom. So what happens is that people do their reading, their thinking, some of their assignments outside of the classroom, and they come together to actually apply it. And that's the strength of our group. You know, like we are experts in the field, even if I do say so myself. I don't mean that. But you know, like not just us, actually the people we bring together. You know, we've got so much to share. So the whole program is based on these, I guess, 3 dimensions. We do focus on developing the manager's competence. At that level in particular, they want to know, I just want to know how to do the job. I want to know what the core competencies are. And I want to know, you know, I want to know I can do it. But they also need to be confident. And I know through my own research that it's all very well to give people training in competencies, but if they're not practicing these things as they're learning them, they don't build the muscle memory and the confidence to actually apply it. And the way we do that is focus them on their context. What is it you're dealing with right now that's really important in your role to your organisation? Let's focus on those things. They're the projects that will matter. And all of the training and the reading and the discussion we do focuses on how can we improve your organisation. So yes, they get a national qualification and they get great skills that are transferable, but in the process of doing that, they actually build their teams and develop their organisations for the future. Oh, look at that. It's like hieroglyphics. The competencies I'm talking about, so we operate on this framework in terms of the competencies. So you can imagine these roles are really complicated because not only do you have your administration, you're managing people, you're managing the environment and all of that, you also have this clinical and care component. So it actually adds another element to it. We also focus very heavily on managing the self because in our view, if the manager can't manage themselves, if they don't feel a solid sense of self, then they're going to disempower and diminish the people that they manage. So we do focus very heavily on this, and of course in all of these elements and dimensions they focus on planning, so the future, managing the present and also reviewing the past, making sure that things are continuously improving. Setting up the relationships, the systems and structures which provides the scaffolding to ensure things are going according to the way they should be going when the manager isn't there. So there's a really solid culture of performance, accountability and a good work ethic and high standards, of course. So in terms of the actual diploma, a few nuts and bolts. It is a national qualification, as I mentioned. It is 12 months and every quarter we do have 3-day immersions, and that's where they bring their issues to the table and we focus on them. So it's incredibly practical. It's not us standing at the front talking heads like I'm doing now. And for that reason, it's really contextualised. There are 12 units and they're broken up into 4 modules. Managing self, managing the unit, managing people, and creating a continuous improvement culture that's focused on customer service. And in our, I suppose, our lingo, it's person-centred care and you know, consumer-driven care. Every month they get together again. We need to make, because a lot of it's online, like all of the materials they need is online. So they will be doing a lot of work in their, you know, in their own time. A lot of it is focused on the work they should be doing, so it shouldn't be too much of an add-on as such. But we do reconnect with them every month. And of course they can contact us whenever they need to. They get all of their workbooks and the readings that they need, and there's also access to vet fee help if they're needing to do this as individuals. A lot of them will benefit from that. And the other thing with this program is that we can design it to meet particular organisational needs as well. So if there's 10 or more people, we can actually contextualise it even further to the organisation. The team is, as Michael said, we've been there. We are nurses predominantly who have worked at every level, clinically, management, in government, and we've also consulted back into the industry to review services. And one thing that I must say, it disheartens me a lot. You know, I go in and do these consultancy projects and, you know, go and review what's happening, can identify fairly quickly what the issues are, come up with a beautiful strategy and hand it over, but without the management or leadership skill to then implement it, nothing changes in some places. And so I think, you know what, that's a lot of money to waste. Far better, we actually develop your internal consultants. You know, we develop the managers and the leaders to do their own analysis, their own critical thinking. And that's what this is about. I don't believe you can give people a recipe, like, you know, we do have textbooks, but I keep saying, you know, but it's not really textbook, is it? You know, so yes, we do have textbooks, but it's about, you know, what's happening in your environment. What do you need to learn? What tools do you need? What skills do you need? And these things will be transferable because the context doesn't stop. It continually changes, and that's, you know, the way we've designed it. They'll have the skills to adapt and to help their people adapt as well. And for that reason, it's not actually for everyone, this program. I know in my past, I did a lot of training in my youth. After being totally incompetent for a long time, I thought, well, maybe I should go and get some education. And I did. I went, and there was nothing about like this around way back then. I had to go to Monash and do a graduate diploma of business. And trying to translate that into aged care was really hard. It was exciting, and the big hard bit was that none of my bosses understood it. So I, you know, I just couldn't, they didn't get it. So, and they didn't want me to be, you know, engaging my people or empowering them or, you know, introducing total quality management as it was known then, which is just lean, just so you know. You know, they didn't want that. They, you know, just wanted me to do rosters, and they wanted me to do linen audits. And so it's not for these places. This is for places that really need to be able to ride the crest of what is incredibly, you know, it's going to be a very challenging, changing environment. And, you know, you need managers who've got the capacity, the energy and the interest to make those changes. And that's what it's really for. It's the people and the organisations who actually want to make a difference. And I think that, you know, who want to support their managers and their people to operate at a significantly higher level than they might be operating at the moment. And that's probably all I need to say, and I'm very open to questions unless you've got something else in.
Thank you very much, Elise.
Thank you.